This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Real quick, I want to say first, be sure to join the Patreon, talkmurder.com. It'll take you right to Patreon. We do all of our live streams on Patreon, live for you guys. All the past live streams are free for anyone that joins Patreon for free. No money at all. Just join Patreon. You can watch all the live streams, past live streams. But we have one tier, Taco Supremo. That's for the people, for you guys who are watching now, who just want to, mainly just want to be here live.
Hang out.
And it's really simple. That's it.
Well, we have a slew of new free members, so thank you everyone who joined for free. Our new paid members include Lori, so shout out to Lori, and Zainab. So
what up?
Thank you guys for joining. And this is for you. Oh, I love these. It's been so long. Surprise shots. Surprise shots. We don't know what they are because they're a surprise.
Wow. Right. The dog barked at the exact right opportunity.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers. Is that coconut rum?
Mm-hmm. Sure
Gross.
was.
All right, check it out. Here's where we're going tonight. 1993, spring, Indiana Wesleyan University, around this area right here. It has grown up since 1993, but pretty small town.
Okay.
Right? So we're going to start here.
There are a lot of Wesleyan colleges. Is that like a thing that I just didn't know?
Oh, there's more than one?
Well, like there's a Wesleyan in
Massachusetts
or Connecticut, somewhere out there.
Well, this is a small Christian college, small Christian town, and this is in Marion, Indiana. Spring 1993.
All right.
What we know is a week before this story starts, a 19-year-old student named Tricia Reitler walks to the grocery store. It's a local Marsh grocery store. Think of a shopping center, and it's a block away, 2 blocks away from this campus that she goes to school at. She's going to school full-time at this campus, and within the eye's distance is the shopping center. She walks to Marsh Shopping Center, and she never comes back.
Oh.
She kind of just jumped right in here.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, I don't hate it.
No.
We know what we're here for. Mm-hmm. It's fine.
Yeah, this isn't the Sunshine and Rainbow show.
She didn't even need a bike. She didn't need to call a taxi. You could literally probably throw a rock and hit it, that shopping center. She goes there during the evening. She wanted to take a break during studying. She goes and she never comes back. No one's seen her walk there. No one's seen her come back. She told her roommate she was going. She didn't come back.
And this is before cell phones too, so it's, no one had her location or could check with her or text her.
The girls, this is an all-girls school. The girls were told to stay in their dorms and nobody goes out after dark.
Is that a college rule or was there something going on that they...
Well, her disappearance.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were saying like they said that and she still went out after dark.
Excuse me. 1 week ago, 19-year-old student Tricia Reitler walks to the local grocery store, never comes back.
Right.
The college is now in high alert, and they say no girls can leave their dorms and nobody walks alone after dark, period. Not even to the supermarket. They would always go and just get little soda pops. Do not walk there at dark. And if you walk during the day, you must be with a friend.
Buddy system.
The buddy system. All right. I'm going to show you guys on here now, a picture, and maybe you can guess the story. But this is, guys, you guys know the logo, Talk Murder logo. If there was one story, true crime story on the planet that makes our logo accurate, it's this story. Check this van out. This is the van that we're going to be talking about.
Oh, come on.
I know, right? It's the Econoline van. The only difference between that one and ours is he's got the two-tone stripe.
Yeah.
Maybe some of you guys could figure out the story just by seeing that van. Now we're moving to Christine Zeller, junior, the same college. She and her friend Heather, they decide to go to the Marsh supermarket because they all decide this. I mean, they are all going there. That's the only place to go if you're in college. There was no Uber or anything like that.
Right.
The same store that they knew Tricia was coming back from, but it's during the daytime. So, whatever. They walk. It's 4:00 p.m. They're walking. They're on the way, halfway there, halfway up the road. Heather turns to her friend Kristen and says, "Did you happen to notice that brown van?" The van is literally, this is the van right here. That is literally our podcast cover.
Wow. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a cool van.
In a very dark way.
Love to have a van like that. Put some straps in the back.
Oh, stop. God. Candy.
Maybe a hacksaw. Okay. I probably shouldn't have said that. That's actually what he had in the back.
Oh.
So she turns to her friend Heather. Did you happen to see that brown van? Okay, there are vans going by all the time. This is before true crime thought rape vans were, that was not a thing. Like this story pretty much made it a thing.
Got it.
This was a two-tone brown and tan van. It passes them once slowly, a little bit too slowly. Then this same van loops around, comes back, passes again, even slower this time.
Oh,
offering
like
candy?
Well, the driver has the window up, but he is trying to motion something at these girls. Now, they kind of do this thing where they like don't want to look at them, but the hairs on their neck started standing up.
You know, I don't know if I've ever experienced that.
Really?
Like, I mean, like, I can feel like the hair on my arms stand up. I don't think I could ever like the hair on my neck. So I don't know. Maybe I have. Maybe I just don't remember it.
Maybe the story will make your hair on the back of your neck
Maybe I
stand
just
up.
need to pay better attention.
The hair on the back of their necks are standing up now. The van passes again. Third time's the charm. This van has deliberately went by slower and slower on two passes, went past almost at the supermarket, turned around again.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy.
And now the van is coming back. They're walking towards the supermarket. So the driver is actually on the other side. So he's going to have to lean across the passenger's seat if he wants to do anything. So they're sort of got a buffer there.
Yeah.
But now they are freaked out.
Well, it's not like that's a very popular vehicle at the time. I mean, and even if it was, who gets a brown two-tone van? Like, who buys a brown van anyway? Like,
I literally have a van in the fucking parking lot.
Yeah,
but
but that's
it's
a black
black.
Sprinter van.
it's different. Like, who thinks that
At
that is
least
like
if
a
you were to
good-looking
approach
car?
someone,
Yeah, but
it
I don't
wouldn't
have
be
any
as
windows. If I was to get a murder van, it'd be my Sprinter van. No windows. A cop is going to think twice about pulling over a Mercedes Sprinter van. You know, what serial killer drives a Mercedes Sprinter van?
You.
Allegedly.
You have to work on getting the logo off a little bit more, though. You're going to really get a paint job.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. The van pulls to the curb, stops completely. Now he is saying something to these girls. He's waving, number one, trying to get their attention. The passenger window's down and he's leaning over. He's trying to get their attention. His wheels come close enough to the curb to touch.
Oh.
But keep in mind, they have a little buffer because he is on the other side of the van.
Okay.
So he's not just going to open the door and throw him right in there. He leans over the passenger seat, starts to say something. They don't hear it. You know why?
They're
Because
running?
they start sprinting. Full
Good.
sprint back to campus. They call campus security. A security guard, a former police officer, follows the van, pulls the driver over because these girls are freaked out.
Well,
They're
yeah.
like,
I would be.
this guy could have just been like, I'm asking for directions or something. But they were so freaked out. They knew the ill intent was so on point that they immediately started running. The driver gives this security cop, campus police guy, his name, gives an address, says he's visiting a friend. The officer checks the address, checks the name. Neither exist.
Oh.
There's no crime to charge him with, no law broken. He didn't do anything wrong. They let him go. He drives away in that brown and tan van. As I said, 1 week earlier, this girl, a 19-year-old Tricia Reitler, was walking to that same supermarket.
Is that the van in the background?
No, it's not.
No, that one's black
Oh.
and cream. Just a lot of two-tone back then.
Yeah. Wood paneling, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kristen and Heather walked the exact same path that Tricia walked. They actually walked past the exact spot where her blood-stained clothes were to be found.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
And that same man, that same van,
Same man van?
same
Wham
man van,
Thank you,
Man.
not even a week goes by, that same man driving that two-tone van came back for more. Brazenly at the same spot where he would have, if it is his, if he did do it, if he did abduct this girl, he came back to the exact same spot
He's
where he would have done
returning
it
to the scene of the crime.
a week ago. Is he? When you return to the scene of the crime, you return to like revel in what you did. He came back for more.
Right. I immediately am thinking, this is not a smart individual.
Over the next
Right?
This was not
He's like, this was successful the first time. I'm going to repeat this.
We're going to go over event after event after event, but this wasn't the only time, not even close. Over the next 18 months, the same man driving the same van over and over and over again. Amy Baker, Perrysville, Indiana, May 29th, 1994. A girl rollerblading alone. She's rollerblading. She's near a cornfield. A tan van with brown stripes passes by. A two-tone van. You've already seen it. Passes by slowly. Then again. Slower and slower. Each time getting closer and closer to Jessica, this 15-year-old girl who just got this brand new pair of rollerblades, and she has no idea what this man wants. She isn't with a friend, and this isn't at the university. This is more desolate.
So she doesn't know that there's somebody missing and all this.
It sounds like he has an MO, like of definitely like he sees someone and then he like has to pass them like again and again just to make sure. And
that's a good point. That's a really good point. So here's a trivia question. Do you remember Ted Bundy? What was his MO as far as the appearance of his victims?
Brown hair, like his ex-girlfriend.
So the fact that you said this van is passing over and over, maybe he's making sure that this looks like someone in his life.
That's interesting. So you're rollerblading on 200, and what did the van do? Well, I was first going north, and when I first approached the van, it was coming directly at me going south towards town. And the second time I saw it was about 5 minutes later, and it was going the same direction as I was. The third time I saw it, it had turned around further up the road, and he passed by a third time. By the third time I started to get a bit concerned. What were you concerned about? It was the third time he had passed me by, and I thought that if he had forgotten something in town, surely he would have picked it up the first 2 times I saw him. His travel rate had gotten increasingly slower each time he passed. Then he waved at me.
So
didn't he wave at the last girls?
Yeah. Here's the really sketchy part about it.
Like he's trying to be friendly, or?
Yeah.
Here's the really dreadful part about this situation with Jessica. Obviously, we know she survived because she's reading the testimony here, but she's wearing rollerblades. Have you ever put on rollerblades? How easy is it to get them bitches off if you need
to?
It's not easy.
Because you got to put the inside liner on, then you got to put the other one on, then you got to strap them on.
So if you're going to run from someone, you better stay on the asphalt. No doubt about it. You're not getting them rollerblades off very easy. Man, I can not even imagine what this girl was going through at the time. She says that the van, this two-tone van, got 2 to 3 feet away from her. And at that point, she is rollerblading as fast as she can. She's making distance from this van. She is on a mission to escape because she knows this guy hasn't even talked to her. She didn't say anything about this guy saying hey to her or asking for directions. This guy gives off such an evil vibe that she knows that she needs to do everything she can to exit the situation as fast as possible. So she is rollerblading as fast as she can, and she's making distance from this van. And this van is still following her, coming 2 to 3 feet away from her.
That's creepy.
Almost clipping the back of her wheel on her roller skates. And she is just out of breath at this time. She comes to an intersection. Luckily, a car pulls up, is sitting at the intersection, and it's friends that she knows. She rollerblades over there, leans on the window, and she's just out of breath. And she says, listen, if I'm not home in 45 minutes, call the police. That van right there is following me. She points to this van. No van there. That van's gone.
Creepy.
Yeah.
All the friends are looking, no van there, but now they're scared because they know she's not making it up. Okay, this is, we'll do that. The van's not there. She always rollerblades on this strip of road. And there's a fountain. It's like a community fountain that she always stops by to get, and she gets water. A little thirst, a little quenching the thirst there. She always stops by it every day. But today she decides instead of going north to hit that fountain, she's going to remove her blades and walk south. Run south. She takes off her rollerblades.
That's not smart. You can get somewhere faster with rollerblades on.
Yeah, if you have asphalt. Well, what if the asphalt runs out?
Good point.
Since you brought up the cornfield, what she didn't know, what she couldn't smell quite yet because it hasn't fully decomposed.
No, don't tell me that.
Another girl's body that she had passed right by in the cornfield. She wouldn't know that.
Bodies in the cornfield?
She wouldn't know that till later. She sits down, she removes her blades, and instead of going north where that fountain is that she always goes every day to get water, she starts heading south. She gets on the main road, and then she just looks north to look at the fountain, just to, because she's so used to going down there. So she just looks north. Right at that fountain sat that van.
Oh, she like walked right into his trap.
No, she went the other way. If she would have done her normal routine, to get water, he would have got her. He knew her routine. That van was sitting right at that fountain waiting for her.
Don't like that. You know what you can call this episode? Field of Killed Dreams.
I've already have a name for it, Jen, but thank you.
That was a good one, though. I like that. What's your title?
He's not going to tell us.
Is it going to give away more of the story if you tell us now? And then I stood up and turned around. The van stopped in the middle of the road. How far away was he? Maybe 100 yards. How long did he stop? I stood and stared at him for about 10 minutes. What did you do then? I decided the next car that came by, no matter who it was, I was going to flag them down and get a ride home. Did that happen? Yes, it did. A black car pulled out and I flagged it down. I explained the situation to them and they gave me a ride home. I looked back and saw the van was starting to approach, so the driver hurried along and dropped me off at the bottom of my drive, and I ran up the drive so he wouldn't see me. I hid behind a bush, and shortly after, I saw the van drive by.
She said she stood there for 10 minutes looking at this van, and this van was looking at her. It was a Mexican standoff. They were looking at each other. She gets a ride home. She can't even make it to her front door before she sees the van. She has to hide in the bush.
So he knew where she lived.
He knows where she lives.
Don't
this
like that.
van drives by, and then she memorizes the license plate.
That was smart.
Good.
This girl's never watched Nancy Grace. She doesn't know what true crime is, but she had the smarts to memorize the license plate. 85B3752. That was the license plate.
85B3752.
It's impressive.
Brandon, he looked at me, and I looked
All right,
at him,
let's get on with it.
and he looked at me.
All right, Abby, 13, Kaylin, 15, Georgetown, Illinois. Same day, May 29th, 1994. Same day. An hour later. Actually, 2 hours later, because that's how long it takes to drive there. Two girls riding their bikes. A tan van with brown stripes appears behind them. Following. They pedal faster and faster. The van stays on them. They cut through a narrow alley, and there's a truck parked across the alley, blocking any path that a vehicle could take, and that's the only thing that saved him. The truck was blocking the alley, so he couldn't drive his van down there. They squeezed their bikes through there. Abby calls her grandmother. Grandmother calls the police. Abby's parents go looking to find the van. The driver of the van kills his headlights when the driver sees that the parents are out looking for him. He kills the headlights. He knows that they're watching him. He takes off. They follow suit. This is how creeped out they are. They're following this guy. They know this guy is deranged. He's trying to kidnap teenage girls in the middle of the day. Multiple. They follow him. He gets stuck at the red light. Abby's mother calls the police, gives him the plate number 85B3752. The next day, May 30th, 1994, this van, still in Georgetown, still circling, still driving past young girls. An officer Pence pulls him over, searches the van, plate number 85B3752. Inside, spray can of starter fluid, a cotton mask, cotton balls, plastic tarp, knives,
Ooh boy.
rope, a newspaper article cut out about Tricia Reitler's disappearance,
Boy.
and Indiana Wesleyan stationery with Reitler's name on it.
Ooh.
The man is arrested. He's put in custody. He confesses. This guy confesses
Really?
to killing Tricia Reitler. Story's over. Let's go home.
Except
Police drive him around. Show me where the body is. If you killed this young girl, because that's what everyone wants to know. Where's the body? You killed this young girl?
Right.
I can't remember. I get confused. I don't know where it is. I can't remember.
Uh-oh.
Whatever.
But you remember everything else about every single detail about it.
You're just a, quote, wannabe serial killer. They release him.
What? What? You are joking. What in the fuck? Who is... Oh boy, somebody got fired for this one.
I hope so.
He's got a rope, tarp, knives, a cutout of the girl,
Was it a blue tarp or a green tarp?
a cutout of the newspaper of the girl's disappearance, a stationery from the college. How would he get a piece of stationery with the logo on it, with her name on it? How would he get that?
So they
Especially
just
if it's
thought
a
it was
all
someone
girls
obsessed
school.
with the case and wanted to mimic him? That's what they thought it was, a copycat?
This is when serial killers were big. In 1993, you're just a wannabe. You're a wannabe. You're not cool like
if you want to be my
Ramirez.
lover.
You're not cool like Bundy, Gacy. You're a wannabe.
If you want to be my killer, you got to catch all my friends.
Damn.
The very next day, I mean, I would say he's out, but he was really never in. They never even put him in a cell.
I mean, did they not even test test any of the the knives for blood?
No, they didn't do anything.
No DNA or anything. I know it's the
my.
90s, but they had DNA in the 90s.
Yeah, I was like, was luminol a thing then?
Even now, they're not. This is a beat cop. They're not just going to be like, let me test this with luminol.
But they had him in custody.
They should carry luminol like they should. They should carry it.
Like what?
All right, don't worry. Serial killers need a rest period, so we know it's going to be a good long
Not
time
all the
before
time.
he does anything else. Okay, what happened there was May 30th.
Day later.
May 31st.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ashley Davis, Tisha Moore, Daniel Marshall, and Melissa Selleck, Wabash City Park, May 31st, 1994. The very next day, 4 girls walking through the park. A brown and tan van pulls alongside them. The driver asks if they want to go for a ride. They immediately run.
Good.
They don't know anything about the girl's disappearance or anything else.
They just know this is creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
So
He's bold attempting to get a group of girls.
Yeah, yeah, agree.
So if you noticed, these girls were in different cities. He's traveling.
Right.
This is in Wabash.
Now he's moving.
Wabash.
Who knows?
This is in Wabash. The other one was in Marion. I mean, this is 1-2 hours at least apart. So these 4 girls, they don't know who Tricia Reitler is.
But at first, he was going in the same area, so maybe he realized he shouldn't, just be centrally located. People are catching on to this van.
Melissa, one of the girls, tells the police something chilling. She says, she's shaking. This wasn't the first time. He actually tried 2 other times to get me in his van.
Jesus Christ.
Man, he is persistent.
I mean, at the very least, right, when he was being brought in the first time, someone had already reported his license plate. So even if they didn't have solid evidence connecting him to that murder, he was stalking and trying to abduct girls. You don't know what else he was trying to do, granted, but at least
But was
they
he
could
trying
have
to
kept
abduct
him.
them? They could argue that maybe he was just trying to talk to them.
He was stalking them.
Do you know how many crazy people are out there that actually won't do anything? So number one, it's 1993. They don't have a system. Let me put them in the database. And it's connected to all these other police. The college, that was campus security. Mm-hmm. So there's no database where other police stations, and he's going to different cities. So they're getting these reports. Yeah, but they're not linking them together because they're 2 hours away from the other police station. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things aren't just interconnected so quickly.
I get you, but if the girl on the rollerblades, right?
Yeah.
She was hiding in the bushes, got his license plate number, and then that was all in the same area, right?
The father tracks down the van himself, same plate, 85B3752. Police search this man's property. They actually go to his house. In the barn, he has a little barn. He lives in a shanty, but he's got a barn. They find straps suspended from the ceiling, rigged like restraints. But there's nothing they can arrest this guy for.
Yeah, I guess it could be
Just being a fucking creep?
Yeah.
Driving around and creeping out girls? That's not a crime.
Stalking is.
Yeah.
Harassment.
That's not really stalking. Because he's not just going repeatedly to the same girl. I mean, that one girl, yeah, but
I'm just saying.
All right, well, moving on. Natasha Crockett and her sister Nicole, 13 and 10, Logansport, Indiana.
13 and 10.
July 24th, 1994. 2 sisters.
So he's going younger and younger.
Playing outside with their cousins. A brown and tan van parked across the street. The driver is writing something down, watching them. The van pulls up and asks, do you know where Woodlawn Street is? And they say no. And then he asks Natasha, well, would you like to go for a ride?
Ain't no way.
No.
They say no. They run home. The parents go out. They get the license plate. You know the number. Same guy.
853B752. But listen, at least the one thing about the 90s is that they taught us about stranger danger.
True.
Now these kids are willingly getting into Uber. I was walking out of work the other day, and there was this girl that was on the phone with whoever. She's like, oh yeah, my Uber just pulled up. And I'm like, I mean, Uber, I know you have to they have to be blah blah blah, but I mean,
hey, we've covered case where
in South Carolina. Yeah. So I mean, they're just, there's not the same concern in the world, I feel like.
Nicole Brucker, 14, and Daniel Mullins, 14, Georgetown, Illinois, going back up to Georgetown, October 22nd, 1994. Two
in
girls.
Illinois now?
Yeah.
That's a different state, so he's really traveling.
Yeah. Yeah, the other one was Georgetown, Indiana. That's weird.
I mean, they're close together.
Yeah, they're not too far.
Yeah,
Neighbors.
but It's about 3 hours apart.
Yep.
Two girls near a store. A van pulls into the parking lot. Something about it feels wrong to them. They don't wait. They take off running. The van follows, calls out the window. Why are you running? Do you want to ride? They call the police. They give the plate number 85B3752. This is the one. This is the incident. A year goes by. 18 months go by. 11 girls in 5 towns that reported the same van, the same man, the same approach. They all ran. This is the incident that makes an investigator, Gary Miller, drive to Wabash, Indiana, and knock on this man's door.
Good for them.
Go Gary.
Good. You know what? But maybe it's just like
Wait,
maybe
did you say go Gary?
Yeah, didn't you say that was his name?
Oh yeah.
what?
Gary.
But like it took an incident in a different state
It's like,
for
did I
something to
miss here?
happen, though. You know what I mean? Like it was the license plate. I know you gave the numbers 853B752, but was that an Indiana plate or was it an Illinois plate?
Or another
Jen-
state altogether.
Who asked that sort of question?
I do because
Where was he from?
clearly I have the tism because
You really
I mean
think I'm going to
it's-
look up what state that was from?
well, it's important because like if it was an Indiana plate, then it would not be in Illinois' jurisdiction, correct?
Oh, so I can't
I
drive
think
to
it
North
matters
Carolina?
where the crime is, right?
There was no crime. Creeping on girls is not a crime.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
Harassment.
not. That's not harassment.
Yes, it is.
Harassment has to be continued. So
Harass-
the only person that had
No.
a case against him was
Harassment is like, hey, yo, nice titties, and I'll slap you on the boots.
that's sexual harassment. There's different kinds of harassment.
It's just really gross when it says.
Why are you running? Why are you running? Do you want to ride?
Yeah. I mean, he's not even saying, like, hey, I have this puppy in here. Like, you want to come?
Yeah, he should have got a puppy.
He's not very good at the child lures.
Yeah. There's no candy. There's just
Yeah.
an offer of, would you like a ride?
So
No.
18 months, 11 girls in 5 different towns report the same van, same man, same approach. He gets arrested once, we talked about. He confesses to a murder. He has a van full of weapons, masks, tarps, and newspaper clipping, and even itinerary from the college that
Yeah, I can't believe
pretty
this.
sure that had the girl's handwriting on it because this guy can't spell. And they let him go. Every one of these girls survived because of a split-second decision to run.
You can't
Good for
mess with a
them.
woman's intuition. Mm-hmm. Remember those razors that were called Intuition?
I do.
That was
Do they
my-
still make that?
I don't know, but that was my first razor because my mom thought it was safer because it had like the little soap on
Like
it.
a guard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not every girl gets this split second to make that decision, as you're going to see. So,
Oh, well, how many were there?
I don't know, Jen. You tell me.
7.
So who is this guy? Who's this man in the van? Now, to understand the man in the van, we got to go back. We got to go way back, way back. We got to start where he started, and that's the cemetery.
The van man with the man van. The van man with the man van.
Yeah, so we're doing Larry DeWayne Hall.
Dwayne.
But this case goes into some extreme pop culture. I didn't know that this serial killer was so interesting. The story itself is really interesting, not the serial killer, but we're going to talk about it. That's why it's a long case, but sorry,
Is it
rambling.
because he became so infamous for, like,
No,
the van?
there's a different part to the story that's
Okay.
more in popular
Oh,
culture.
interesting. Okay.
Oh.
That ties along with this guy, and it's like two extreme ends meet together. It's crazy. December 11th, 1962, Wabash, Indiana. This is where he's trying to abduct people right now. Larry DeWayne Hall is born. He's an identical twin to a brother named Gary. Gary comes out first. Let me show you Gary.
Larry and Gary.
I know.
I love that.
I know, dude. I mean,
That's like just as good, if not.
And also, every time I look over,
It's like Mike and Ike, but better.
yeah.
this is the twin brother, Gary. So they're identical.
Oh yeah, they are.
But here's the thing.
But Gary has where Larry does not have hair.
Yep, he is extended.
Oh
into
yeah,
the
it's
goatee.
queer. It's queer. It's like queer.
I mean,
Stupid.
is it?
I was gonna say weird. Like that's him, and yeah, his hair is where
It's
he
the
does
reverse.
it.
Yeah,
It's the
it's the
reverse.
opposite.
If he put them together,
Then
literally,
they would have a full
they would have
beard.
a full fucking beard. That's crazy. Holy shit. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I'm so glad I made that realization.
All right.
Shrimps has Navicus.
Gary, Jerry, Barry, and Sherry.
Jerry.
Oh my God, Courtney.
No.
Oh, that's funny.
Now kiss.
That's what I was just thinking of, Brandon. Like Jerry on Parks and Rec, but they called him Gary. Yeah.
This is not the smartest guy that has ever graced our planet.
It's not?
He has a IQ of a whopping 80.
Does he have the tism?
All right, anyway. Identical twins is kind of generous. Yeah, they were identical.
But they didn't look totally alike.
Gary comes out first, but it wasn't identical because identical comes out, and they do look alike, obviously. This is a monochorionic pregnancy.
Meaning there was one egg. So they were.
No, there was one placenta. Or is that the same thing?
No, that's different.
One placenta, two
eggs?
babies. One placenta, two babies. There's two sperms that go into one placenta, whatever
Egg.
that is. No, not the. They didn't go in the egg and went into the placenta.
No.
I don't
The
know.
placenta. Okay, let me tell you real quick. All right, so it sounds like they were.
I don't want to know. Okay, it's going to ruin
You know
everything.
what? It
I
doesn't
wanna
really
know
matter.
what's
This is
meant,
just details.
man.
So they're twins.
So there's two.
No, but
two
it's
sperms
different.
and one egg.
Two sperms, one placenta. Two babies, one placenta. This is important.
Okay, go ahead.
This is really important. This is extremely important because one of them is a psycho serial killer and the other one is just
Normal.
normal-ish, yeah.
Still not the brightest bulb.
Not a serial killer.
Not a serial
I wouldn't say normal, but not a serial killer.
Not a serial killer. Got it.
One placenta, two babies. Gary was dominant. We're talking about Larry Hall's serial killer.
Okay.
Gary was dominant. Gary literally fed on Larry in the womb. He was taking his brother's nutrients in the womb. That's what
We should have finished him off.
that is a monochorionic pregnancy. So Gary comes out, wah, I'm healthy and I'm a baby. Larry comes out completely blue.
Oh.
Looking like a Smurf. He is underweight. He hasn't had any nutrients. He has been starved
So
by
it's
his brother.
It's his brother's fault that he's a serial killer?
His brother has been trying to kill him since they were inside the womb, taking his nutrients, stealing his oxygen. Larry comes out oxygen deprived and blue, almost dead on the table. So obviously Larry was rushed to the NICU because he's not breathing.
Right.
Oxygen deprivation at birth, cognitive damage, an IQ that later tests to be 80. From the very first seconds of life, Larry Hall was
Below average.
less than. He was less than the twin and less than the whole, if that makes sense. He's always going to be less than.
Okay.
And is that a chip on his shoulder?
Robert Hall, the father, chronic alcoholic. He's a grave digger at the Fall Cemetery, and the cemetery is next door.
To where they live?
The shanty they live in, they're with their broken lives, the domineering mother, the father that cannot put down the bottle, is directly next door, separated by a chain link fence from the cemetery, hundreds of dead bodies. Larry Hall grew up surrounded by graves. Actually,
Okay.
I did too. I grew up near a Confederate cemetery.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, your facial hair really says that about you, actually.
All right. If there was a reason why I would have mutton chops other than,
Doing this episode?
yeah, why you think about it right now, why would someone have mutton chops? When was this style in
The
vogue?
1800s, during the Civil War.
All right. At age 12, Larry was working alongside his father, digging graves, handling caskets, and moving bodies. He became desensitized to seeing a dead body the same way another kid in his class would become desensitized to doing the dishes, to doing random chores.
See, but that doesn't make sense to me because if you're a grave digger, you don't necessarily see the dead body, you just see the casket, correct? Unless they're just throwing bodies in the grave.
The father got fired, or at least in trouble. I couldn't tell if he got fired for mixing up the bodies in the caskets.
Oh boy.
The family would come.
Why is he touching the caskets and the bodies?
It's a small town. Like
He's
the morgue and the grave
mortuary and
digger, the morgue. Like he's the one guy
All
that
in
does
one.
all. So a family would come for an open casket funeral, and Grandpappy is not Grandpappy, it's someone else.
Oh, shit.
So he got in trouble for mixing up bodies.
Damn.
So he was definitely seeing bodies. In fact, Larry started stealing jewelry off dead people at 12 years old.
Did he start wearing it?
I didn't say what he did with it. The father was an alcoholic and a bad one. He got fired from the cemetery because he was putting the bodies in the wrong graves, mixing up the dead. After that, the family finally moves to a tiny rundown one-bedroom shack. No structure, no stability, no supervision, a broken home. Larry had a speech impediment, couldn't communicate communicate well. He was bedwetting into his teenage years. He had night terrors.
One of the McDonald triad there.
He was relentlessly bullied, teased by everyone. He had no friends. His twin brother Gary was more outgoing, the confident one, the normal one, even though he wasn't,
Was Larry
popular.
undersized too?
Gary would later say that, quote, "My brother was the backward twin. I was the more dominant, outgoing twin." Larry lived in Gary's shadow from birth, literally, biologically, socially, lived in his shadow. So you talked about the McDonald triad from Dr. Ronald McDonald.
Did you know that the Ronald McDonald House is actually based in Charleston? Did you know that?
No,
I did not.
I also don't care. In case you guys don't know, the McDonald triad is popular in criminal psychology. 3 childhood behaviors that show up again and again in serial killers. We have bedwetting,
Torturing
animal cruelty,
fire.
fire starting, which,
arson.
I fit 2 of those. I'm not going to say which ones.
Bedwetting and arson. We know.
We know it's not animals.
We already know. I still think back to that day where there was that snake in the sunroom, and he was like not about it, and we were like, we're not touching it. But you felt really bad after.
All right,
Yeah.
bedwetting, confirmed bedwetter, fire setting, arson, repeated vandalism as a juvenile, animal cruelty. His father and his mother, they raised rabbits. Larry killed approximately 300 rabbits.
What?
Oh,
Oh my God.
But like not for hunting for like food. It was just because he wanted to.
Yeah, it was cruel. Gary, the normal twin, says in an interview that his brother, Larry, tried to kill him multiple times growing up. One of the worst times, Gary woke up in the middle of the night to find Larry standing over his bed holding a massive tree limb above his head, about to bring it down on his skull. Gary would later say, quote, "I just woke up out of a sound sleep to see my brother standing over me with his humongous long limb getting ready to smash my skull."
How do you like bring that in the house? I'm sincerely asking because I got one of those like chainsaws that they sold on TikTok, the little mini ones.
Yep.
And
You bought a chainsaw from TikTok.
the little handheld one. Yeah, I needed
A
to get
handheld chainsaw.
Yeah, but it had a pole too.
Did it work?
Why did you need that, Jen?
Because I needed to get. I had limbs that I needed to.
So
take
you
care
bought
of.
it from TikTok instead of going to Lowe's or something?
Yeah, because I didn't have to leave my house. Lowe's is outside of my bubble.
All right. So we're talking about this guy growing up, Larry. His brother starved him in the womb, and now he's trying to kill him. This is getting crazy. Let's talk about his sexual awakening, because that's a big part in this case.
Oh, no.
Gary and Larry were close because they're twins.
Oh no! Don't.
Oh, no.
No, not like close like that.
I was getting ready.
I didn't mean
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not.
I didn't mean it like that.
I mean, I hope not.
Gary and Larry hung out at school and everything else.
Okay.
Mostly because Larry didn't have any friends, couldn't make any friends, and he was
Right.
relentlessly bullied.
Right.
So he hung out with his 1 second older brother. And eventually,
Only 1 second?
when they become teenagers, they and a male friend decide to go on a road trip. They pick up a female hitchhiker.
I'm still not liking where this goes.
Yep.
There are 3 of them at this point. 3 friends, 2 brothers, 1 friend.
3 girls, 1 cup.
They pick up a hitchhiker who was also a prostitute. Gary has some money on him. He arranges for Larry to have sex with his prostitute.
Oh, what a good
So his
brother.
brother is arranging this future serial killer to have sex with this prostitute.
A hitchhiker.
He is trying.
Someone
Picking
that's
up
walking the
girls.
streets, walking the roads.
Apparently Gary is like, the older brother's not a virgin anymore. He's been with at least 1 woman. So he wants to get his younger brother
laid.
So they pick up a prostitute. He pays for the prostitute. However,
Did he tell Larry this, or was this like not a secret? Like, or was this a secret? Like, because if I was a good brother, I would just like let my brother.
All right,
think
let
that.
me get us going on this. At this point, they're all 3 there. Larry has to have sex with this girl. This is the first time he's going to lose his virginity.
I mean, there's only
Ins-
one time that you can lose a virginity.
Instead of just consensually having sex with this woman in front of his brother and this other friend, Larry, for some reason, gets violent and rapes this girl in front of his brother and this other friend. So think about that for a second. The
I don't
first
like
time,
that.
the first time ever Larry Hall loses his virginity was on a rape, violent rape.
Can I ask a question? I'm not trying to like distract or detract or whatever, but like, if you are a prostitute or a sex worker, if you're a sex worker, okay.
Dude, we got a lot to do.
I understand that, but if you're a sex worker and you've been paid, and I'm not saying this is right either way, because violent sex is like, if you're a sex worker and you're being paid, is that different from, this is a genuine question, is that different from consenting? If you're being paid, like he raped her before, is that
I don't even know if
you know
there
what
was,
I mean? Like, is that rape or is that different?
I don't even know if there was money involved. It didn't say any. Gary never said anything besides the following. They were with Larry, his brother, and another friend. They pick up a hitchhiker who I'm assuming was a prostitute because Gary somehow convinces this girl to have sex with his brother. Whether she was or not, was she getting paid? I don't know. Maybe she got cold feet. Maybe she backed out. Gary then rapes her in front of everybody.
Okay, don't like that. And Shram's comment, thank you, and Brandon and Shram for clearing that. That was a genuine question. I'm not trying to be like difficult or anything.
The older brother Gary watches Frozen but doesn't intervene. Larry Hall never had a girlfriend, never had a romantic relationship, never married, never had children. The first time he loses his virginity is in front of his brother raping a hitchhiker. Let that sink in. That is fucking outrageous.
Terrible.
This may have been, because we know he's never had sex consensually after this. This may have been the only time in his life that he has had semi-consensual sex. Every other time was rape. Every other time. This may have been sort of consensual, but he has never, and you saw the guy, he's not a pretty looking dude. And he's dumb as rocks.
Yes.
So he has never had sex unless it was rape.
Got it.
And he did it in front of his own brother.
Gross. On so many levels.
Don't like it.
So after high school, Larry gets a job as a janitor, quiet life. No one pays him attention. And then he discovers something, a hobby that would let him continue this fantasy, because he's had some violent fantasies, sexual violent fantasies. They would give him a costume. They would give him a reason to show up to small towns where nobody knows him. Nobody could recognize him.
He wasn't a mascot, was he?
No, he wasn't a mascot.
Oh, okay, good.
He really got into this hobby with him and his brother. And when he started doing this is when the girls started disappearing. And this was the hobby right here. Let me show you a photo. This is Larry Hall
I just don't like his name.
Doing his hobby. He was a Civil War reenactor.
Okay, so like he doesn't have mutton chops there. So like that's
But he's
better.
growing them. You can see him growing them out. This is when he first started.
Well, those are they're sideburns, so not mutton chops.
Yeah, but you can see him growing out. Look, he's shaving the part right there. You can see him growing out.
A furry. I was wondering that too initially before that came out.
Yeah.
This is him and his brother right here as Civil War buffs. You see him and his brother.
Oh boy.
Which one's which?
Oh, are you serious? This is Larry Hall. The good looking one is Gary.
I'm gonna say neither of them are particularly attractive, but that's just me. My own opinion. Oh boy.
All right, let's move on quick.
Okay.
So he became obsessed with Civil War and Revolutionary War reenactments. Not casually, obsessively. He traveled nearly every weekend. Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Wisconsin, Missouri, Pennsylvania, Michigan. Sometimes states as far as Wyoming and Colorado. His twin brother Gary also said that the reenactments acted as a double purpose. The costume gave him the sense of, quote, living like a soldier, he said. And that kind of covered up another fact about Gary. He had terrible personal hygiene. He stunk like the heavens.
Oh, the high heaven.
He also never fit in with anyone. Here, he could wear a costume, he could pretend to be someone else and actually get friends. Nobody questioned him. If he stank, it's because, he's a soldier and on the Confederate, or actually
he was a Union soldier.
So, but this is what the reenactments actually gave this guy. Number one, a reason to travel. He's traveling now. Number two, a rotation of hunting grounds. He never hit the same town twice. Different state, different weekend, different girls. That's how he could travel and travel. You were asking why they didn't connect the dots sooner. Because he's all over the place. He's not in the same hometown. He also knew the back roads. He goes around all these back roads, these rural areas, and he knows the places where he'll have absolute privacy. Sometimes he needed absolute privacy up to 8 hours. 8 hours being with the victim. 8 hours. These reenactments happen. The reenactments happen in parks, fields, farmlands, cornfields. This is where war actually happened back in those days. It also gave him anonymity, right? He's just another guy in a uniform. No one remembered him. No one could identify him, whatever. The van, his van, our logo was his, I was going to say Sherpa, but that's not the right word. The van was more than his home.
It was his vehicle.
The van, his van. His van was his home and his base of operations.
Yeah, there you go.
To anyone passing by, it's just a guy in a van. Who cares? But inside, he kept a murder kit, large hunting knife, ski mask, duct tape, rope, several leather belts, rags, condoms, 2 cans of starter fluid.
Well, at least he had condoms.
The starter fluid, he would put a little bit on a cotton ball, put in a girl's mouth,
No.
and then put up a girl's nose, cover their mouth, and they'll pass out. That's what the starter fluid does. He also had a plastic tarp to line the floor of the van. No DNA, no blood transfer. He had a shopping list written in his own hand. Now, this is when he got arrested. They found all this when he got arrested the first time. He had his own list. Some of the handwritten notes would say, quote, seen joggers and bikers, many alone. Check colleges, parks, seen some prospects. Prospects.
Gross.
Don't like that.
Another note, buy 2 more plastic tarps. Cover all floor and sides of van. Another read, no body contact. Buy condoms. Buy 2 or more leather belts. Find one now. So he's telling himself, shit, I need one now. What do you think the belts were used for?
Choking.
Another note was found when he was arrested that would later make the rounds, as far as the failure in this case. After Tricia Reitler disappeared and he got arrested, they did find a list. Cut out stained carpet. Vacuum van thoroughly. Burn tarps. Buy new hacksaw blades.
Oh, boy.
Clean all tools with denatured alcohol. Take tires off. Clean mud under fenders.
For a non-intelligent person, he is thorough, or trying his best to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When we talked about the rollerblader near the cornfield, and I told you she was unknowingly going by a body, that body was of a teenager, Jessica Roach, who was the second most prominent victim in this case besides Tricia Reitler. Jessica Roach's body was found, however. Tricia Reitler's has never been found.
Wow.
Only her bloodstained clothing was found. But inside of his van was a missing poster flyer for Tricia Reitler. It was taped to the wall inside of his van. A prescription for birth control pills from a Raina Ryson, a 16-year-old girl who had recently gone missing as well. He had her birth control pills.
Oh.
Okay. Pornographic images that Hall had altered by hand. They were porno images like in a Playboy, but instead of, just the centerfold, the nude body, he would draw ropes and belts around their necks and blood dripping from the sides of their mouth.
Oh, I don't like that.
That's gross.
Mm-mm. You know what's sad though is that I know this is before the internet, but I bet you there's stuff on the internet that's already like that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like what? We don't.
Bad things, that's all.
So we can break here. I guess it's gonna be 2 parts. This is Jessica Roach. I don't know why I said Jessica Roach right here.
Oh, what a sweet girl.
Her body was the only one found.
How old did you say she was? 16? Is that what you
Yeah.
said? Yeah.
Well, there were more bodies found, but this was the one that everyone knows that he did. You know what I'm saying? All right, we'll stop there. We'll be right back.
Just a quick
10 minutes.
beer break, potty break. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back, but we'll see you here in 10 minutes.
Kind of run this shit.